Hello and welcome to episode 84 of Two Man Game with Damon and Dom. I'm Damon, that's Dom, and that's right, you heard a new intro, lyricless intro, prepared by Dom himself. Yes, we loved the intro we had with the words and stuff. Yes, it had the name of our show that was 2 years old and hasn't been our name for a long time. And now, of course, with the ethical ball change, we just, time to switch it up, time to grow, time to mature. And now, feel free to skip it if you want. Just get right into the good stuff. Um, you'll hear Dom's beautiful voice enough, anyways. Like, comment, subscribe, follow our social media platforms if you want. I've been posting shorts for the last week or so on Instagram, on TikTok, on Twitter, and on YouTube as well. So I've been posting it to all those places. If you don't have time to listen to the whole podcast, but you just want to get kind of the important bits that I pull out from those. Dom, how you doing today? July 23rd.
Hey, Damon. I'm doing good. Before I get into how I'm doing, I just wanted to thank you for the rollout of Ethical Ball, and I listened to 22 Man Game, which is the other podcast on this platform, and I don't know anything. I was talking to Damon about before the podcast. I don't know much about nothing about football, about the American Football League. National. Why did I say American
The American.
Football League? I
That is a
know it's the
thing.
NFL. I know it's the NFL.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed that episode. I learned a lot, and I'm excited to keep hearing more about it. I'm glad I get to hear that, and also
And
hear
you did
Jared's
give us some
voice.
feedback as an audience member to
Yeah.
think about
Also,
that. So
I made the music for that too, so hopefully
yes, yes,
you
Dom
guys
made the
dig
intro for
that.
that. It was
So don't
awesome.
skip the music ever. That's mine. That's mine. That's what I say. But yeah, thank you. I hope everyone's been enjoying seeing Ethical Ball. I know I am, and it's really nice to see. I'm doing well. I've been busy. We had a lot of shows recently. We had a show last Saturday where I was so drenched in sweat I had to peel off like my shirt. That was pretty sick.
Mm.
Um, but super fun. Great show, and been going to other shows and seeing friends. I'm leaving to Europe on Tuesday. So this might is our last live. I might be have time to do it another day, but this might
We'll
be one of
see.
our last ones. We'll find out. But yeah, no, and so much has happened basketball wise. It is I take that back. Not much has happened basketball wise except summer league and some things
There've
are
been
going to
a
get
couple
continued.
big things that have happened. Like not big, but like for the dead what should be the dead of the off season, I feel like we have a little more news to talk about than I would have thought.
Absolutely. And I've been a little behind, in all honesty, because of just, work and the band and all that, but I can't wait to dive into it very soon.
Put your
Damon,
goggles on.
how are you?
Uh, claim the shame reference. They're in the glasses, but they
Oh.
look like goggles. I
Thank
didn't
you.
think of it that way until I said it, and then you did that, and I thought of it. I don't know. If you
I was assisting it to you. Like that was
if
the
you
I was laying it
if you
up to
don't
you.
get it, it's oh that makes sense. It's
Yeah.
Ugly Side Up album, new album. Go listen to it if you haven't
Oh,
already.
thank you.
Um, yeah, I'm doing all right. I think, it's been busy for me as well. Those of you people that don't know, I teach at a school that is year round. So I think the last time I was off was spring break. I do have reduced hours over the summer. The campus is certainly less busy, but the grind never stops. And then, of course, with the ethical ball stuff, I've a lot of it has been a learning experience for me. I am not an editor by any means. I don't really know what I'm doing. I literally, it's a little peel back the curtain here. I'm taking our recorded Zoom calls, which is what these have always been, and I am placing them into Microsoft Clipchamp, the worst program on planet Earth. And I'm simply going through, I'm listening, I'm fast forwarding, and I'm cutting. I'm cutting when we're like, I'm cutting when you kind of go on a tangent and then we eventually go back to that topic, cut that tangent out. Stuff like that to get that like minute and a half or whatever, short that it ends up being. But it's fun to do. It's fun to kind of learn how to do that and go back in. And then I found this great website. Um, if you ever need to do this, you can message me somewhere and I'll provide you with the website. But basically, it's just a guy on Reddit that posted this website where I upload after I edit the short, I upload it and it like auto generates the subtitles that I have on our shorts.
Very
Um,
cool. That's good
yeah,
to
so
know.
I have to go through it every now and then and like, fix a misspelled word or something. But like it does pretty much all the hard work for that and it like I don't know if you've watched them, but it
Yeah.
highlights the words as like we're talking and stuff. So super, super cool and useful. And that's been a fun kind of learning experience. So I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I've been enjoying the shorts. I'm seeing them on Instagram and whatnot, and not on TikTok. I do not go on TikTok, so I just don't
This is
see
the
them
first time
there.
I've
I
ever
know they're
made a
there.
TikTok.
Yeah, no,
I've
I
never been on TikTok before. You know when you download an app on your phone and you have to put in the password? I had to put in my password because I'd never downloaded TikTok in my whole life.
I always
Random.
download like apps, like random apps left and right just to try new things, and I delete them because they're terrible. Anyways,
There you go.
no, yeah, but the shorts are that's cool. I know I had the same feeling when I was editing stuff for the bands. Like it really, it could be a chore, but it can also be like kind of fun. Just kind of
Yeah.
going like listening to like what you talk about and what you and your friends talk about. So, what's wrong with that?
And I'm a Hearthstone player. You don't know what that is, probably. Card game. It's a card game. I think it's
Oh,
technically
didn't we play
started
that?
it started out based in World of Warcraft ages ago.
Yeah.
Um, but at some point it became its own thing. I don't play World of Warcraft, but Hearthstone is it's like a turn-based strategy card game. So I can play that and then I can also edit when it's not my turn. Was the point I was going to make.
That makes sense. Hearthstone, that's what did we play whenever I come for Christmas and we all play with Mason and everyone? It's
Definitely wasn't Hearthstone, I'll tell you
no,
that.
it's the one where like we're like a prince or a king or
Love Letter.
whatever. Yeah, same thing. Sorry, it's not. It's not. I'm just kidding. Anyways, you know what is a love letter from me to you?
What's that?
News. News.
Uh,
That's my love letter from me to you.
are you gonna do the song?
Uh, it's the injury news.
Okay,
It's the
thanks.
injury news time.
Awesome.
Yep, that's the song I did. Bum 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 injury news. Bum bum bum. I'm sorry,
Okay,
Dan.
the podcast is gonna start now.
And when you're talking about editing, I'm gonna edit all that and start now. There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't edit the actual. No, it's just one take. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're doing great. No, I love this. So, I'm wearing a Dallas Maverick shirt, so it's only makes sense that we are going to talk about Dallas first, real quick. Just some injury news. Dereck Lively III underwent a successful surgery to clean up bone spurs in his right foot. Okay, first off, clean
Definitely
up
supposed to
bone
be the
spurs.
second. I wrote three. I wrote three eyes. It's the second. It's not the third.
Oh, okay. The third sounded weird, but
I don't know
so
why there were
Derek
three eyes there.
Derek Lively's child, who he doesn't have yet, is did not undergo bone spur surgery. He's expected to be ready by training camp. But I did want to mention that I think I might have mentioned to you, I was having like some foot issues a couple of weeks ago, and they
Hmm.
thought it might have been bone spurs, but they
I don't.
did.
I don't really know what that is, but it sounds terrifying.
It's basically like you chip a fracture. It sounds terrifying. So like a part of your bone starts growing somewhere else because it thinks it needs to grow there, but it just causes pain on the bottom of your foot. So it's not
Mm.
like an actual spur, like because you think of like on the back, it's not like a really sharp thing that spins
Yeah, yeah,
on the
yeah. I
boot.
didn't think it was that.
I when I first heard it, I was like, "My God, are there just like spikes growing inside of me right now?" It's not that; it's just like a growth on the bone that's more bone. So, anyways, so he'll be ready for training camp.
Yeah. Paul George underwent a surgery on his left knee because he apparently got injured during an off-season workout and is also going to be ready for training camp, but hasn't even started yet, and the Sixer season is already falling apart.
I don't know why I'm laughing. It's
They're
not
laughing
funny.
so hard. They're
Well, it's
laughing
just because I don't know. I can't.
because it's Paul George and the
Does
76ers.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Does Paul George even have his original knees anymore? That's my question. I really hope so. I don't know.
Lonzo
as
Ball
you
doesn't.
line up. Exactly. That's where we're going. But we got some free agency news too. And
Oh.
I like this signing. Josh Okogie signed a 1 year, $3.1 million deal with the Rockets.
Yeah, I had to throw it on there. For our listeners, there's a lot of small deals that occurred that I didn't throw on here because there's just too much to talk about, and I want to just skip all that. because you don't care about blank player X signed a two-way anyways. But Josh Cody of the Rockets, I like, fits our defensive identity, obviously. I don't expect he'll play a ton of minutes because we have so many guys, but if we are beating people by a lot or we're giving player X a night off, a guy that I think can still fill in and kind of fulfill those duties on defense at least. Offense has a little bit to be desired, but fits the identity. I'm totally fine with that.
Yeah, he's a solid defensive player. He's also not that old. I think he's like 29, or if
I don't even
maybe
think he's
even
that old.
younger. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
probably younger than that. But like for some reason, I feel like he was on the Timberwolves for a while, then he signed with the Suns, he was on the Hornets, and I think this is I don't know where he was last year. I don't know if he was back on the
We
Suns.
saved him from the Hornets.
Yeah, so I like this a lot. He is definitely a player that can play some rotation minutes if needed, like maybe like 5 minutes a night on the back end of your bench for like a contender. He was just kind of being on the Hornets isn't good for the Hornets or for him. So I like
Hmm.
this a lot for the Rockets and for Josh.
Yeah, he's 26.
Yeah,
He's
he's
pretty,
like young, even younger than I thought. Yep.
yeah. If he's one of those guys that feels like he's just been in the league forever, but it's really only
Hmm.
been like 6, 7 years.
Yeah.
Um, Your team, the Los Angeles Lakers, signed Marcus Smart, who was bought out by the Wizards. And he is signing a 2-year, $11 million deal with a player option for the second year. Apparently, when it was reported, Luca apparently reached out, "Hey, come play over here, please. We need guys like you." The one thing I didn't like, is that they had to waive Shake Milton. I didn't care about that, but they waived Jordan Goodwin, which I did care about because I thought Jordan Goodwin had some good Laker minutes last year, and I was hoping to see him out there again.
Thank you for saying that because that's exactly what I wanted to talk about too. I don't understand why they waived two players
I think it
to,
was a money thing, not a roster spot thing,
but even
because the
then,
Lakers don't have cap.
I feel like there was someone else we could like. Jordan Goodwin actually played rotation minutes. We have people on the bench who don't play any minutes.
That's fair.
Bronny. Wouldn't that be crazy? Like the Lakers were Shake Milton and Bronny for Marcus Smart.
That would be hilarious.
Look, and I'm not even saying Bronny's that bad. I'm just saying Jordan Goodwin actually played and actually
Yeah.
had some really good minutes for the Lakers, and I liked him a lot. I like him a lot as a player. I don't everything I've seen him on. So that is definitely the downside of this. I like this a lot though for the Lakers. Mark, we needed someone like this. Defense guard can handle the ball. Hey, come on over, Marcus Smart. So I like this. Two years, 11 million is great. He's going to be earning more because he got bought out. So the Wizards are going to be paying him for that. So congrats to Marcus Smart for getting paid in that
And for
respect.
not being in the Wizards anymore.
And
Congratulations.
yeah, I think it's a win-win. I think it's definitely a win-win, and I'm excited to see like Marcus Smart revenge game, Lakers versus Celtics. It's gonna be pretty cool.
Sorry, let's say Lakers versus Wizards. So I'm like, okay. Take
Yeah, the
that
team
back,
that I
guys.
think he played like 1 minute for. I don't remember seeing him in a
That
Wizards
no,
jersey
no,
at all.
that's something worth mentioning is that Marcus Smart has barely played basketball for the last 3 seasons, between the Wizards and the Grizzlies
I
since
was gonna
getting
say
traded after
Grizzlies.
the 2022 finals. He's been very unhealthy. So hopefully he can get back to that. I believe that was the year he won Defensive Player of the Year, 2022.
Hmm.
So 3 years since, I don't think he'll be Defensive Player of the Year caliber player. I didn't think he was Defensive Player of the Year when he won it, but in terms of that kind of first level all defense, but definitely a better defensive option for those guards than Luca, than Austin Reeves. Um, Gabe Vincent, is he going to play minutes still? A better option than
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, no, I actually totally agree, and I like that we finally made a move. You know what? Thank you. Yeah, we got DeAndre Ayton. Okay, we made the headlines, but it's not. And we talked about it. Didn't really move the needle for us. This
Yeah,
moves it a little. It moves it. It
I
doesn't a
didn't include
lot.
it, but the Lakers also signed like two centers,
Yeah,
Christian Coloco and someone else. I don't remember the
Yeah,
other person's.
I saw it was Christian Coloco was the one I remembered. I wish you remembered the other one and I remembered. You know what I mean? That would have been sick.
Yeah,
Dang. Yeah, it was some
it
two
was like
way.
somebody I maybe hadn't heard of, like a
Yeah.
pretty unknown name.
Yeah. So, I think that leaves room to be desired. I don't know for contenders against like the Rockets or like the Thunder and things like that. But you know what? I like this. At least we did something. We didn't just stand pat and like we're like, no, we'll run it back. It's like with DeAndre Ayton, it's like that's not what our issue was. So um another guard, another guard got bought out.
For
Bigger
two
name
years, 11 million.
for 2 years. Oh, exact. Oh my God, I didn't realize. Bradley Beal has been bought out by the Suns and is joining the Clippers on a 2 year, $11 million deal. So Beal was most interested in finding the best basketball situation for him. The Suns, while they no longer are, while no longer being under the first or second apron, they'll still have a lot of dead cap on the books with Beal's bought out contract, and it's going to be on the books for I think 2 years, 3 years. No, no, no. It was on. He was had two
I
years.
certainly read it, and I don't remember.
It's
It's a
for a
while.
while. It's a while. It
Yeah,
might be 4 years, honestly. It might be stretched out
yeah.
across 4 years or something.
Kind
Um,
of like what they did with Damian Lillard.
yeah, yes, who we'll talk about very soon.
Yeah,
But yeah, I was when I was listening to some podcasts about this, they were mentioning Bradley Beal to the Clippers, and I kind of thought I didn't see how that was going to happen. On all honesty, and now that it has, I mean, I like it. Honestly, 2 years, 11 million for Clippers. They have what James Harden can handle the ball. Kawhi can handle the ball kind of, and they got Bradley Beal, another ball handler. Is he going to come off the bench? I
Mm.
kind of don't hate that if he does.
Does he want to come off the
But
bench?
does he want? That's a very good point. I mean, so what's our starting five look like? Is James Harden?
The Clippers have like 11 rotational players now.
Yeah, it's a
It's
lot.
hard.
Yeah, no, no, no. They have a lot of. I
Give me who are the starters in Penn? Who are the guys that are like they're absolutely starting?
Okay, James
I
Harden.
can only think of three.
Wait, James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, Ivica Zubac.
Those are the three.
Yeah, and then I'm like, okay, maybe John Collins.
Maybe John Collins. Good point.
Um,
Yeah.
and then like Bradley Beal, I guess.
Maybe Bradley Beal.
And then you
Yeah.
have Derrick Jones Jr. off the bench, Brooke Lopez off the bench.
Derrick Jones Jr. started a lot last year. You know
I
who else
know it.
started a lot last year that we haven't mentioned?
Chris Dunn.
Chris Dunn started a lot last year.
Boom, boom. I mean, I like that defensively. Like, I think there is a combination of these players you can kind of get out there. So let's just I like it for the Clippers. I think this is good.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
think 2 year 11 million is not is a good deal. I am interested to see how it's going to look. Oh, we didn't even talk about. Well, we're going to talk about it next. But they also got another guy who's probably going to
Yeah.
be coming off the bench. But it still is like he can play. He played last year, so yeah. What are your thoughts on the Bradley Beal?
Yeah, Bradley Beal, I think something that happened with Bradley Beal and the Suns is people thought about the fact that he was traded, the fact that he was on an absolutely massive contract with a no trade clause. I think the expectations of that team with Devin Booker and Kevin Durant kind of caused, not didn't cause a crumble, but when they crumbled, I think Bradley Beal kind of became the scapegoat for a lot of that. Some fair, some unfair, perhaps. And he's a good NBA player. It wasn't that long ago that he led the league in scoring. Like he is a talented guy. He's been an all-star several times. Do I think he's going to get back to that level? Not necessarily. But without James Harden mostly as kind of their lead ball handler, if he doesn't start, they definitely, or even if he does start, they will definitely have to stagger the minutes. They'll have to have some amount of Harden on the bench, Beal on the court, and vice versa, just so you don't have to worry about like Chris Dunn is an okay ball handler. The next guy we're going to talk about, good ball handler. But I think this gives them a lot of options on offense. The worry that you had, I think, is that the Clippers, I think a lot of their success last year was kind of based on their defensive identity and having guys like Chris Dunn and Derrick Jones Jr. in the starting lineup with their other three. And Zubac, of course, holding down that back line. So without a guy like Chris Dunn to guard perimeter players as often, like if his minutes and his role get reduced, that leaves some cause for concern. But does Bradley Beal's offense offset that is kind of the question. So we'll see. But it gives them a lot of players, gives them a lot of looks they can work with. I really trust Tyronn Lue as a coach, obviously, to figure out what the best looks are for that team as the season progresses. Hopefully, everybody stays healthy and they all play. That's always a
Yeah.
big hope with a lot of these guys. And he can figure out kind of how it works by the time the playoffs roll around, because a lot of their issues in the past have been We have all these players, but they're all so injured so often that by the time the postseason rolls around, I don't know what to do because no one's ever here, and then they get eliminated in the first round.
Yeah. No, I like this. I think the Clippers are better today than they were last year. And I'm really looking forward to going to the games and seeing Bradley Beal play and Brooke Lopez come off the bench. Like I think it's going to be a
My next
really
short is saying that you are excited to go to Clippers games next year.
oh my God. Yeah, I'm still excited to go root for the other team. Don't get me
Mm,
wrong, but it'll be good to see a good game. A game that will be close, hopefully.
hmm
Um, but yeah, tell me about who else is who are we alluding to on the Clippers?
who are we alluding to? The other guy that we keep mentioning, Christopher Emmanuel Paul, CP3, joining the Clippers, returning to the Clippers. You could argue some of his best days were as a Clipper, the Lob City days, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, Jamal Crawford, Matt Barnes, those players. Um, this is very interesting to me because I think this it's a move. It's a move you make when I think you know your career is done. You're like, okay, I'm gonna go off into the sunset now, back to where one of my best days were. I think the other team you would argue, of course, is the Pelicans, because he was a Hornet early in his career, which are now the Pelicans. But that's weird because they're the Pelicans now, they're not the Hornets anymore. So it's a little different. The Clippers are still the Clippers. They are at a new arena, so that'll be interesting. And they got new jerseys and new logos and stuff. I saw a picture of Chris Paul today with his jersey. That was kind of cool. It's good. Do you know how many games Chris Paul started for the Spurs last year?
Was it 82?
It was 82 games. He started every game for the Spurs last year, which is kind of crazy to think about. Because I think he's a player also that has had, injury concerns for seasons. But in
Mm-hmm.
season 20, he started every single game for a Spurs team that ultimately wasn't very good and had other injuries to worry about. But obviously, he is still going to be a great facilitator, good decision maker, guy that can kind of hold the fort down when you need him to. Definitely going to come off the bench, I think.
Yeah.
Um, but a great signing. Very happy about it. And,
Yeah.
and it is reported this is probably his last season as well.
Yeah. I like the signing a lot for the Clippers. Kind of wish he went to the Lakers, but I that's just me being greedy. But I like that he is going to somewhere where he had, like you mentioned, his arguably his best years, and everyone so his family still lives in LA. Like throughout his whole career, his family
hmm
has lived in Los Angeles. So he every time he went to a different team, he would still have to come home to LA. So I love also knowing that his family's here and he's going to be able to be with them. So, uh, this being most likely his last year is nice that his family will be able to be with him for most at least half the games that are played at home this year in Los Angeles. And yeah, I'm looking forward to. Yeah, I alluded in the earlier point, but seeing him play in person one more time. I think I've seen him a few times.
hmm
But definitely want to catch a Hall of Famer one more time before he retires for sure. But welcome back, Chris Paul.
Yeah, I wonder what it'll look like. I wonder if he'll get kind of like the retirement tour kind of treatment. Maybe
Yeah,
with a few specific teams like the Rockets, the Pelicans, those
yeah.
franchises he
Thunder,
spent some time with.
Thunder. You
Thunder,
think?
yeah. He
Yeah,
was only there for 1 year, but it was a good 1 year.
it was a good one year. Yeah, that was one of my favorite like playoff memories. That was
That was
2020
bubble. Bubble
bubble. That was
playoffs right
bubble.
there.
Bubble
Yeah.
playoffs. I think I sent you a video. Underrated. But anyways, uh,
Underrated. Just
we'll
ball.
just
Not worry
ball
about the other
hoops,
stuff.
hoops. Talk about
We had
hoops.
another homecoming.
We got another homecoming. I love this. I Damian Lillard has signed a 3-year, $42 million contract to return to the Trailblazers. He's back. The deal will have a player option and a no trade clause.
Good.
Good. He's like, this guy's got to be there. He's like, we get it, we get it. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Between this and the Bucks stretch deal, he will be making $70 million next year. What are your initial thoughts?
My thoughts, you say. Well, similar to how you mentioned for Chris Paul, Dame's family has stayed in Portland since he moved to the Bucks and all that. So I love that he'll be close with his family. Obviously, greatest player in Trailblazer history, probably. Um, he's up there.
Arvydas Sabonis, dude,
That's
dude,
not who was on my mind.
dude.
Yeah, I was thinking like I
Clyde
don't. Bill Walton
Drexler,
didn't spend enough time there, probably, but he did
Clyde
win an MVP there.
Drexler.
Yes, I was getting there. I was going in order. I was going in chronological order in my head.
Okay.
Um, yeah, Clyde Drexler. I don't think LaMarcus was over there enough to be considered that. But anyways, um, obviously a very important player to the franchise when he originally requested a trade because they didn't want to trade him, but he was like, actually, I think I do want to be traded. Grass isn't always greener. Um, the Bucks, the way they kind of waved him and stuff kind of sucks. But he does get to go back to Portland with Drew Holiday, who was traded for him in that trade, which is so funny.
We got to
And
talk
they
about it. We got to talk about how the Blazers basically finessed everybody. It's like they knew in 2 years they'd get him back. It's
They're like,
crazy.
yeah, he'll come back. He gets the rehab there, be with his family. Love that. I think even when he comes back next year, I don't think the Blazers are going to be like, shoot up to the top of the Western Conference or anything like that. But Scoot Henderson been kind of struggling. This is a guy that can help you for sure. They traded Anthony Simons, so he's not there anymore. But yeah, I think he'll be a great. He probably, I think, one of the best locker room presences in the league, leaders in the league. Like he's just a very vocal guy who kind of stands up and does what's right. And I feel like that's an organization like Portland needs that. I was actually thinking, or I was listening to Zach Lowe, I believe it was, that said this. Scoot Henderson will have Damian Lillard, who is like legendary offensive point guard, Drew Holiday, legendary defensive point guard, and Chauncey Billups is their head coach, who is a point guard that's in the Hall
Wow.
of Fame. So
I totally
it's
forgot
like
about Chauncey. I
you
love
got
that.
some point guard role models over there to kind of craft your game around. Um, so that'll be fun,
Yeah, that's
and
awesome.
it feels good, it's just a feel good story. Like I don't care about the basketball of this. I don't care if they're younger and rebuilding. I just care that he's back where he should have never left.
Honestly, it's almost like this was a dream. The Bucks, it was a dream. The 2 years thing was a dream. I really love this for the Blazers. I have been kind of, I don't know how to describe it. I've been like low key a fan for a couple years now because I end up always going to their games against the Clippers, and I'm always like, I kind of like watching the Blazers play. Call
You
me
got the cool
crazy.
jumper.
I got the jumper. I love that jumper. And the starting lineup is pretty like even though Dame won't play next year until maybe later, like a lot later. And I think there's no need to rush, which is also nice. With a move like this, there's no need to
Mhm.
rush the timeline. It's not like you need him for the playoffs because they might not even make it, which is fine. You
Yeah,
know,
I don't think we'll see Dame in 2024, 2025, or
yeah,
2025, 2026.
yeah. But still, like I love this move, and I like this team. I like what they've been doing, and yeah, it's like they knew it was going to happen. It's crazy.
Yeah, their starting five is another weird one that I don't really understand.
Yeah, it's like Drew Holiday, Scoot,
See,
Shaden
I'm not
Sharp.
even sure you're right now. That's the issue.
Yeah, no, you're right. It would be like okay, who's locked in for sure? Denny
Who's
Avdia,
locked in?
Denny
Denny
Avdia.
Avdia is locked in.
He's
That
locked in.
guy was
Jeremy
really good
Grant,
last year.
60 mil. He's
I
locked
don't know.
in.
I don't know if he's locked in.
He
Maybe.
has to
Okay.
be. You know what
That's
I
your
mean?
3-4.
I I think
And then
that's 3-4, and then
you start
Klingon.
clinging. You start clinging. You have Young Hansen off the bench.
Yeah,
Um,
and then it's
okay.
like
So then you have two guard spots for Drew, Scoot, and Shaden Sharp.
yeah.
So one of those guys have to come off the bench, and that's weird, right? That's
And
weird
you
that
know
one of
what's
those three.
it's kind of crazy right now. I feel like it should be Scoot coming off the bench because Shaden Sharp has been,
Shaden Sharp's been good. He's been good.
but he's not a playmaker as much as Scoot is, and I think he
Will
needs to
Drew
work on
Holiday
that.
come off the bench?
Also not bad. I mean, having Drew Holiday coming off the bench is not bad, but where's your defense coming from? Jeremy Grant,
Yeah, he defends.
29-year-old
Clingan's a
Jer
defender.
39-year-old Donovan Clinton. I'm kidding. He's like 20. I'm
Yeah.
joking.
What are you
Um,
talking about?
no. I think I again, it's a weird lineup, but I mean, is Jeremy Grant still going to be on the Blazers? That's another question to talk
Yeah,
about.
man. Dame got him paid 2 years ago, and now he's back. He's like,
Yeah,
I knew you were going to be here, and I came back after
like
I gave you a contract and no one would trade for
thanks for staying around, friend.
it.
It's like, hey, thank you. You know what else is really cool and just feels good? Summer
What's
League.
what's that? Oh,
Summer
Summer
League
League.
just feels good. Hey, tell me about this championship I've heard so much about.
Have you heard a lot about it?
No.
Okay. So the Summer League, little quick recap in the championship, the Hornets ended up defeating the Kings. They went 6-0, undefeated in Summer League. They got the franchise's first Summer League title. They'll probably never get an NBA title, so you gotta get something. And Kon Knueppel led the way, 21 points, Summer League MVP. No surprise there. Great Summer League for him. Not super efficient, but showed that he can kind of already score. He wears a headband and looks silly doing it, and you love to see that in the NBA. So good job, Kon.
Thank you for pointing that out.
Yeah, look it up. Nique Clifford, Kings player, drafted pick 24. The Kings actually traded into the first round to pick this guy. He's older. He's like 22. And I almost had him as a draft win because I was like, oh, like that's nice. Like he'll come in and be ready to go. And he looked that way in Summer League. He looked awesome for the Kings. So I'm happy for that because the Kings don't have a lot of things to be happy about anymore. So
They really don't. And
way
they
to
were in the final.
go.
Yeah, so the Kings were at the final in the finals.
They
Devin
were,
Carter played, and he was.
yeah,
I heard he was pretty good. So, um, yeah, congrats to the Hornets. I really hope they win an NBA title someday.
they
I
won't.
mean, okay, cool. You know what they have to do? Trade LaMelo. Anyways, let's keep moving. Move forward. We're moving forward
All
now.
right, tell me about your favorite players now.
We're talking about my favorite players, the unknowns. Here we go. The famous unknowns. Chris Livingston. Nope. Chris Livington. There you go. He averaged 21 for the Bucks and got a guaranteed contract.
It could be Livingston. I could have literally mistyped it.
Congrats, Chris Livington. For now, it's Livington.
It is
Um,
Livingston. I just didn't type it right.
oh, okay. So my gut instinct was right. All right. So Chris Livingston, congrats. David Jones Garcia was a three-level scorer for the Spurs who had 20 and five separate games. So it's another name to think about. At least
He got a two-way also. He just signed a two-way
nice. Congrats to
with
him.
the Spurs.
And then we got, you guessed it, Drew Timmy.
That's how
Uh,
you say it, yeah.
oh, thank God. I was going to say Time. Drew Timmy averaged 25 and 8 for the Nets. It's
People
pretty
might
good.
actually know this guy. He was at Gonzaga he might 2 or 3 years ago. And he won like player of the year. Like he was really good, college basketball player. Just kind of a big center. Doesn't really translate super well into the NBA. Went undrafted, and now here he is on the Nets, trying to make a name for himself.
Hey, well, I hope to. I'll definitely see him play a little bit. That's cool.
And there's a lot of guys. I told Dom before we recorded I cut a lot out of this because otherwise we would have talked forever about people that you've never heard of. But there's guys for teams all across the league that kind of had good summer leagues. The issue is it's summer league, and you never know how that's going to translate into the league or not. So, um, if we didn't mention your favorite unknown guy, sorry, but there's too many of them.
Let us know in the comments who we missed.
Let us know in the
Please.
comments. Yeah, that's great.
Please.
Some people you probably know, recent draft picks this year and the last, young Hansen for the Blazers. Looks real good. I said the Blazers were a loser for trading up to get that guy because people thought he was a second round pick. Also, there are reports that some teams were looking at him in the first round too, so maybe it wasn't that crazy to trade up. But he looks fun. Like he looks like a fun passer, like kind of doing, flashy, no look kind of passes for no reason. And of course, he's a center, so when he does stuff like that, it's like, oh my God, it's a big guy making cool passes. But yeah, he looked confident. He looked like he was ready for the spotlight.
Baby Jokic.
Chinese Jokic. That's what they. I'm not saying that as a race thing. That's literally what they called him in the draft broadcast.
Yeah, that sounds like
So
the draft.
yeah,
We also got Dereck Queen. He averaged 14 and 11 for the Pelicans. They turned the ball over a lot. And I mean, when you told me about Dereck Queen, you mentioned that he's kind of like a Russell Westbrook. So,
he's a center.
didn't you tell me? No,
You're thinking of you're thinking
Jeremiah
of Jeremiah
Fears.
Fears. Yeah.
Yeah, was he also Pelicans though, right?
Yes.
So here's the thing, guys. We're human. Okay. So here's the thing, guys. We don't edit, and we're human. All right.
Oh,
So
that's funny.
Derek Queen averaged 14 and 11, turned the ball over a lot. He did undergo surgery to repair a torn scapulona ligament in his left wrist, and he'll be reevaluated in 12 weeks. So it's about 3 months. The season starts, so he will be missing the beginning of the season, but hopefully he'll come back soon.
Pelicans trade's already looking tough. Already looking tough. Drafted Derek Queen, trading
Yeah,
that first round pick.
a lot of
We'll see.
injury woes for the Pelicans always, which is crazy. It's just so crazy.
Jared's own Detroit Pistons, Ron Holland, who last year when they drafted him at 5, I said, why? Because I just didn't think he made a lot of sense. But this summer league, 22.6 rebounds and 4 steals per game. 4 steals per game is a lot. While shooting 47% from three, the biggest question mark about his game coming into the NBA, the jump shot. He's very athletic, can get in the paint, can dunk on anybody. If he can shoot the ball, that will help the Pistons tremendously with the whole Malik Beasley thing going on. Um, and yeah, so hopefully that translates to the big stage. We'll see.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love to see that. I love seeing like a young guy, like a team like the Pistons taking a guy on. He actually had a pretty good like rookie season, I would say, as far as rookies go.
Mhm.
And to be able to turn this around seems like he's progressing. That's what you want to see. So that's awesome. Terrence Shannon Jr. averaged a 23, 6, and 5 for the Wolves. He was awesome. He played in the Western Conference Finals.
Mhm.
He had rotation minutes, and it's good. It's nice to see that trend is continuing as well, and I hope to see him a lot more on the court for the Wolves.
Yes, sir. He'll probably have to with the exit of Nikhil Alexander-Walker. He will probably have to play a little more. Last guy we want to bring up real quick, Kyle Filipowski for the Jazz, the groomed, as we call him. Averaged
Dude,
29 points and 8 rebounds.
oh
Look,
my
he
God.
looked really good. He looked like one of those guys that didn't belong in summer league. And when you
Yeah.
look like that, that's good as an NBA player. So again, a lot more guys we could have talked about. Yuki Kawamura, you know who I'm talking about? Five
Yeah,
eight guard,
yeah, from the Grizzlies, but he just signed to
signed with the Bulls.
Bulls. That's what it
Yeah, he was
was.
on their summer league roster. He played pretty well. Um, yeah, rookies across the board. Oh, you know what I had on here that I took off? I had a couple losers. I remember exactly what they were, so I'm going to say them real
Please
quick.
tell me. Please tell me. Yeah.
So, one, top 5 talent, if you wanted to see that, Kon Knueppel was the only one, really. Cooper Cup, Dylan Harper, they both played 2 games, and then they were
Uh,
done.
you said Cooper Cup. You mean Cooper Flag?
Cooper Flag. Yeah, I'm thinking football
Yeah, I know.
podcast.
Yeah, I know you got it.
Um, that's crazy. Yeah, Cooper Flag only played 2 games. First game he had 10, second game he had like 31. So he did have a really good game before he left, but didn't play that much. Dylan Harper only played 2 games as well. Ace Bailey played 0 games in Las Vegas after playing in the Salt Lake City Classic. He didn't play in Vegas. VJ Edgecombe only played 1 game in Vegas. He was also in the Salt Lake City Classic. Um, so if you wanted to see those guys in Vegas, you didn't, unfortunately. I think Trey Johnson only played 2 games too, pick number 6, but he had a good 2 games. That was one thing. Top end talent, not really playing a lot. The other thing, sorry, Dom, don't connect.
I Please tell me because
28% shooting. 28% is crazy. Summer league. 10 points a game, 28%. Um,
he's a
not
shooter.
looking so good for Dalton Connect. Not looking too good.
Can we do that Mark Williams trade real quick? Hey, you mind no, that sucks. Like I read something like an hour before we got on. It said like Dalton connected looked too good at summer league, and I was like, this is old. This is fake. So it's true, huh? Damn, 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 crazy, damn crazy.
That's wild that happened.
Who would definitely like try to trade this guy and then rescind it because he's a shooter? That's crazy. Who would ever
It's
do
funny
that?
because I think back to, the like, I can't believe the Lakers got Dalton Connect at 17. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, we got what we got. We got what we at 17.
and now
Well,
here he is, 24 years old. You can't blame some
look,
of
look. All
them.
right, a Lakers fan here, okay? Um, he wasn't feeling well.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you. You get the inside sources.
I got the
Sources.
insight. He's
Okay.
got 15 bone spurs, okay?
Oh my God.
We're getting him cleaned up. You heard it here first. Forced. Allegedly.
Per
Dalton Connect
sources.
had bone spurs. No, it's tough because he will probably be like towards the end of the rotation. This is a big, I mean, it was a big question mark why JJ Redick wasn't playing him, more. And I mean, maybe this was it. If you played him like actual minutes, it just didn't look as good. So, we'll see what happens during the season. But that's not great. And thank you for breaking the news to me.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what
yeah.
else happened during Summer League, though? Or like right after Summer League?
What's that?
The Women's National Basketball Association All-Star Break, otherwise known as the WNBA All-Star Break.
Yeah, it was weird. Weird how you did that, but go
Yeah, no, you loved it. Thursday.
ahead.
So the first day of the break was a Thursday, and so Indianapolis hosted it. And they hosted well. They had signage all over the city. Player events were relatively crowded compared to recent years. Maybe, is that because of Indiana Fever, Caitlin Clark thing? Hard to tell. The WNBA, it has more eyes on it than it has in a very, very long time, which is awesome.
You love to see it.
Yeah.
There was a big meeting that happened also on Thursday before the festivities kicked off, and we're talking about this because we're ethical ball. WNBA and the WNBPA Players Association met to discuss the upcoming CBA. I believe it's October 31st. Um,
Hmm.
Record of over 40 players were in attendance. Now, that may not sound like a lot to you, but you need to remember that WNBA has 14 teams. It doesn't have 30 teams. It's 13. So 40 is a lot. That's a lot of people. That's 8 of 13 starting lineups, essentially. Obviously, that wasn't the breakdown, but just to give you a quick example. Brianna Stewart, famous New York Liberty, you know who that is, described the meeting as a wasted opportunity. And Kelsey Plum, Spark now, right? Kelsey Plum,
Sure is.
um,
Sure is.
said they still have a long way to go. So, from the players' perspective, it sounds like it wasn't a super productive meeting. However, Commissioner Kathy Engelbert said it was constructive and that she thinks a deal will be reached before October 31st. Well, I'll tell you what, I believe the players. I'm not believing in the commissioner. I'll believe the players. What the meeting was likely about was something we're going to talk about a little more: salaries, fair payment, stuff like that. Um, I have a couple of numbers in my head that I'll throw at y'all when we get there a little bit later.
Gotcha. Yeah, believe the players, not the bureaucrats. Ever. Okay,
Yeah.
kids? Okay,
And some other
kids?
crazy stuff about this happened during the festivities, but we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Okay, sounds good. We're
Go.
gonna do a little recap of Friday. So Friday was a skills challenge. Natasha Cloud won the skills challenge, despite missing every three-pointer in both rounds. That's 12. She missed 12 three-pointers. And it seems like a lot, and it is. But the skills challenge just needs to be updated, period. We've talked about this forever.
They
It's
gotta
just,
fix it.
yeah, it's just strange to
the,
watch someone
the
just run
shot
around.
making has to matter if you have to shoot.
Yeah,
The reason she won is she was fastest. She had the fastest time, right? She completed the passes and the shooting technically in the
yeah,
fastest time,
but you didn't
but
make
you
it.
don't have to make the shot. So we gotta fix that.
Yeah, that's really strange. So her time was fastest in both rounds as she finished 1 second faster than second place. Okay, cool. She won $2,000, $2,575 as per the CBA, but Aflac and the Players Union partnered to provide the winner with an additional $55,000. And she said she's going to use the money towards the down payment on a house.
I put that in there because that's a crazy detail.
Yeah, that is,
WNBA player can't afford a house, but like,
yeah.
I mean, when I think about the last podcast or two podcasts ago, whatever it was, I was like, yes, I remember when Shea Gilgeous-Alexander signed the 4-year, $370 billion max. I do remember that. Interesting.
Yeah, I believe he
uh,
has four houses.
right.
Yeah.
um, yeah, and I was reading into the Aflac thing and the players union. So the CBA $2,500. And then they have Aflac and the Players Union 55 additional dollars, which is like,
A
25
lot.
more times than what the league is giving you. And I think this is the second year in a row they've done that. So that's cool that they have kind of a way to give them more money. And sports are weird because I would argue that $57,000 for winning this event is a lot of money. Like that's like as much money as a normal person makes in a year, right? But when you compare it to other professional sports leagues, NBA, of course, obviously the most relative comparative, but even NFL, blah blah blah, even other women's sports, perhaps, Not a lot, not a lot of money. So yeah, it's weird. I mean, I've always been a proponent of like, why does, random football player make a billion times more dollars than throw random job in there, teacher. That's what I am.
Yeah.
Firefighter, whatever, doctors even like,
Administrative assistant, come on.
sure. Yeah, it's like, and I get it's entertainment value. It's a nationwide thing. It's a networking thing. I get why they actually do it, but when you put it into perspective, it just feels weird.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
The other event that happened Friday evening, Sabrina Ionescu won the three-point contest, scoring the highest in both rounds, 25 in the first round, 30 in the second round. In the final round, she had 11 threes in a row, which the crowd got kind of hyped for. I would get hyped for that too. That's pretty awesome. She also won $2,575, but Affleck gave that winner 60K additionally. Um, so great. And then she had like a little thing afterwards. She said she was giving half of her prize money to Mystics rookie Sonia Citron for competing in the event. So rookie on the Mystics, not the team that Serena Ionescu's on, um, just for competing. I think maybe it was because we're going to talk about this. Caitlin Clark was injured and didn't play in the game, and maybe she was going to do the three-point contest too, and maybe this person stepped in for her. I don't really know, but
mm,
I imagine a WNBA rookie definitely does not make that much money, so that could have just been part of it too.
yeah. That's really interesting. I really wish I understood a bit more about why. I mean, that sounds like very, very thoughtful, especially because we're not on the same team. That really is like a very important detail, I think. Um, but I mean, congratulations to Sonia for stepping up to compete.
So now I ask you, Dom, Sabrina, Natasha, the winners of our events on Friday,
Yeah.
they get the 2,500 from the CBA, 55 and 60 from Aflac and the Players Union. What do you think their WNBA salary is?
Um, each one, you want me to guess?
Yeah, they're
I'm
not
gonna,
far off of each other.
yeah, I was gonna say I would guess they earn about 5 million a year.
Okay, it's a fine guess. It's a fair guess.
Yeah.
Where, in terms of WNBA players that you know, where do you think Sabrina Ionescu is?
She's got to be toward the top because she helped lead Liberty to a championship, and she's also the best three-point shooting guard probably in WNBA history.
Yeah, so she's probably about a top 10 player. Yeah,
Yeah.
her salary in the WNBA, $208,000.
So my next question is, they should just sign for the NBA and just play in the NBA because they'll earn way more. That is crazy. $208,000.
That's how low it is. You thought 5 million was a low guess.
I was
You
thinking like
were.
three, and I was like, I'll go in the middle. I think five is it's probably more. Dang. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Crazy. Crazy
So
world we
that's
live in.
that's going to lead us into some things that happened on Saturday. But
All
worth
right.
mentioning that both of these only 70 minutes, and that was all they had. That was it for Friday. It was over in an hour and 10 minutes. And the
Uh,
commissioner talked about adding more events. Obviously, they don't have a dunk contest in the WNBA. That's the other event that's typically in the NBA All-Star Weekend. But they talked about other things because you probably have other people that want to do stuff and, win events, show their competitiveness, get extra money, etc. Hopefully, they can figure something else out because the skills challenge is kind of a dud in the W and the regular NBA
yeah,
or the NBA. Like,
absolutely.
it's just bad. 3-point contest, fine. Let's keep it. I like the 3-point contest. Figure something else out to do because 70 minutes is not enough for an all-star festivity that people may have paid a lot of money for.
You know what? You know what they should do? Or I'm gonna suggest it right now on the pod. Knockout.
Knockout's
Yeah,
good.
it's a kids game, but it's so fun. It
It's
is
fun.
so fun.
Knocking's fun.
Especially because you have to run after your ball and no one helps you. Around the world, that'd be
Hmm.
fun. Literally like one-on-one, 3-point. Yeah, like you definitely do it at the same time because you have people
Yeah.
throwing the ball. And that's all I got right now. But I'm just thinking of like games I used to play. Like those were like really fun. Like when you had like an odd number of people or something, just do
So
some like
I didn't put it on here because I didn't think we were gonna have enough time. There is a winter league that Brianna Stewart, who we've already talked about, and Nafisa Collier, who we're about to talk about for Saturday's activities, they started a league called Unrivaled, and it happens in the winter, so during the WNBA offseason. And they signed like 14 people over the course of the All-Star break. A lot of I think all college players, so people that are about to become in the W. Anyways, something they do, I believe, is a one-on-one tournament. So something like that could be kind of interesting as well for an event like this.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It's like who's the best, who's the best player, that kind of thing. I also thought of horse, but I feel like the issue with that is there's too many misses. So then it becomes kind of boring. If you try
Ye-
like if they're trying to trick shot and stuff.
Yeah, but there could also be a little bit like if you're having two games of horse at the same time, maybe, one on each side of
Yeah.
the court, like that might be a
hmm
little bit more fun and you take turns. You know what? They probably wouldn't call it horse. They'd probably have to call it something else because it's going to be if you get HOR, they're going to be whore, and they're not going to want that on TV or whatever.
Just do
So
pig.
you just think of a different animal that doesn't have
Well, pig is a
alligator.
pig is a shortened version of horse.
No, I know, but pig's too short.
Oh, okay.
Way
So
too
another
short.
five-letter animal.
Yeah, so alligator. Kidding.
That's not five letters, but
Gator. Boom. No, I'm kidding.
oh, there
Gator.
you
Let's just play Gator. That sounds so stupid. Sorry. Let's play cow. Damn, it's three letters too. Damn. Can I name it? Panda. Panda. Just
Uh, what about cock? Ah,
Oh no, we can't do cock.
fuck.
Cock, cock, fuck.
Why didn't I
Um,
just say chicken? God damn
there's a
it.
chick. Chick. They're chicks. They're chicks. They're playing chick.
Yeah,
No, no, no. That's
that's
not.
not good.
Hey, whoa.
That's not good.
That's not good. We can't do that.
Not very ethical.
We can't have horse. Anyways, so that would be fun, but call it something else. Saturday, the main event. Curtain
Da-da-da.
rises. You wake up. It was all a dream. You go to the All-Star game Saturday. Sorry. The
You okay?
teams. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was funny. The teams were drafted by Nafisa Collier and Caitlin Clark, although Clark was injured and couldn't play in the game. Question.
Yeah.
Who is Nafisa Collier, and why wasn't it like Asia Wilson or someone?
Nafisa Kelly has had a great season so far. I think she's in the MVP running right now on the Lynx.
Mm, mm,
Minnesota Lynx. Yeah, she's like forward center type.
very cool. So prior to the game, players wore warm-up shirts that read "Pay us what you owe us."
Crazy move that they could get away with that.
Crazy that they I also read something that they printed it like that morning. Like they got it that morning.
Mm.
Maybe like after the Thursday meeting, they were like, okay, let's get these shirts printed. And that was like a 1 day thing, and then they got it in time. And I mean, they've been the WNBA is in a weird time right now because I sent you this. They had a court earlier this year that said like everyone should watch women's sports, something like that, right? It was like in the middle, like like advocating for
The
the
guy remember?
players.
I sure don't. But go ahead.
No, like it was an NBA court that I think the Atlanta Dream in the middle. It said everyone should watch women's sports in the middle of the court, and yeah, I agree, but also like that's really big and like in the middle of the court. And then there's talking about how like we are advocating for rights, and then if the players are wearing "Pay us what you owe us," obviously doing stuff like that on the court isn't helping. You know what I mean? Like it's
Pay some respect to women's sports. Was the
hey,
Atlanta Dream.
yeah.
And it's a campaign with companies, with Cash App. So like it's a sponsored movement.
Still strange.
Yeah.
But that had to be like endorsed by the WNBA. Like they
For
obviously that's a
sure, for
good thing.
sure.
They should. But like then also like pay what they're owed. But I wonder if
Pay
there's
some
enough
respect
money.
and pay us some money.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, yeah. So it's interesting. I wish I could kind of like see exactly how much the WNBA makes and whatnot. But
Oh, I just told like the company itself.
yeah, 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 like the
Oh,
actual
gotcha.
organization itself, association. Yeah. But anyways, bold move for them to wear that. Seems like there wasn't any retaliation after either, which is good. Like no one got
Yeah.
fined or suspended, which is it should be that way. So that's awesome. Collier's team won 151 to 131, and she took home All-Star Game MVP, scoring an All-Star Game record 36 points.
A
And
lot of points in a game, 151. Probably not the most competitive All-Star affair, as we've seen also in the NBA.
crazy.
They did the draft though, which I like the draft.
Draft is better
They
for
didn't
sure.
do whatever garbage the NBA did last year.
I
Um,
forgot what they
it was the
do.
four-team tournament
Oh
thing.
my
It was
gosh,
so
that's what.
stupid.
Yeah. Let's never talk about that ever again. Collier, she was the first non-guard since 2013 to win All-Star Game MVP, and then Skylar Diggins had the first triple-double in All-Star Game history. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then during the trophy presentation, oh, it doesn't stop there. During the trophy presentation, fans began to chant, "Pay them." Love
While
that.
the commissioner was like talking and stuff. Yeah,
Yes,
it was cool.
stand with the players. We love that.
Yeah.
And then Mystics guard Brittany Sykes stood behind the commissioner with a "Pay the players" sign. That was clearly on television.
Yeah. Crazy. They did a
Crazy.
lot of this.
My favorite thing about this, obviously, I want them to be paid. But my favorite thing about this is that all the players are on the same page. There is not one player who's kind of like, guys, let's not, you know what I mean? Like, oh, let's just be happy that we're here. No,
Hmm.
get what you deserve. Like, this is like the right way to do it. You've got to make your voice heard. I love seeing this. I think it's very cool.
Yeah. You love the representation, getting out there, trying to get what they should get, and I'm glad that they're doing it because if they're not going to, who will?
Hmm. And I mentioned before the pod that even though we are a basketball podcast, but we talk about the NBA mostly. But the
Hmm.
thing is things that happen in one sport will cause ripples in other sports and cause conversations that need to be made. So, NBA players, they make so much money compared to these women. And I really, really hope that all these WNBA players are able to earn more and something more well deserved. But it's also going to cause talks in the NBA about what they deserve to be paid. And then also in the NFL, like it's going to keep going. And I just love to see we are really, really are in a player empowerment age. And I think that is a beautiful thing. Corporations, companies, associations have so much money. They do. And it's just strange that all these people at the top will just have all these, just reaping their rewards off the backs of these men and women playing for entertainment. So it's just nice to see, like, this. Some people might think it's brash, might think it's like, oh, like rolling their eyes, whatever. But this is going to cause change. It's going to cause change. And that's awesome. So that's how I feel.
Well said. Yeah.
I didn't even write that. That was off the dome.
It's, thinking back all the way to the GOAT Josh Okogie. It's interesting. It's interesting that somebody like Josh Okogie? That doesn't sound right.
A
Okogie.
Kogi. It's a Kogi.
Um, that Josh Okogie can make 15 times more than Sabrina Ionescu. It's strange.
Literally. And like Okogie's a great he's a good NBA player, but he is not top 10 all time like Sabrina. So that is crazy.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, and then if you looked at Shea's number next year, I can't even do that math.
let's not do
The Shea to
that.
Sabrina, it's like a four-digit number.
What's
So
70 times 3? And it's that time is that's how much more he's making than her is what's crazy. Or even 5. Anyways, I don't want to think about that. It's crazy. But
my head hurt
Damon knows, and the
what do
listener
I know.
knows, we're going to be talking about it whenever we hear more about stuff and updates on the WNBA, NBA, whatever. We will be talking about it because that's ethical ball. That's our brand. That's who we
That's
are.
what we do. That's what we do around here. That's what we're known for, actually. Kind of a
Yeah,
thing.
we're very well known, especially in the shorts community. The
For
YouTube
one
shorts.
week.
Um, but yeah, I want to also personally thank Damon for adding a lot of these notes. I have been a little MIA because just getting ready for my trip and whatnot. So this was a nice refresher, I think, for both of us. And I hope someone who listened learned something new. I know I
I
did.
hope you learned. Man, I feel like this wasn't that long. I could have had all these miscellaneous Summer League players in there, but oh well.
I think
Go
you know
read
what?
about it online.
I think it's okay, man. I think it's okay. I'm glad we did. I was going to ask about Cooper Flag, so I'm glad you brought him up. And then we talked about Dylan Harper and whatnot. So yeah, I guess we will see you. We did pre-record. We mentioned it last time. We did pre-record an episode that might
Hmm.
drop sometime soon. We might do one more. Might be able to squeeze in one more. Don't want to force it, of course. We got some ideas of things to do, so
We do.
we
We have
will.
some ideas. We have some jerseys that we're waiting to be released
Oh
desperately.
my! Do not. I'm foaming at the mouth. Look at me, foaming.
And then I think
Foaming.
when you come back from your trip, I think it's time to start ranking those positions. Start
You know,
those.
time to carve out 3.5 hours. Let's do it. Time to carve out those 3.5 hours.
30 starting centers. Let's tier them from S to
Yes.
F.
Hey, just so you know, man, I really like if we try to keep it from like one player, at least just 2 minute stops, that'd be great. 4 hours later. Okay, so Donovan Clingan is probably like better than DeAndre Ayton. Like probably. So like we should probably put him higher. It's us arguing about centers. I think we're pretty much. It's mostly when we get to guards, we're a little bit more. We have our favorites, so
We'll see.
we'll see. I am excited for those two. That should be fun. You want to take your shot? We taking
Sure.
shots? We doing shots?
Oh, I'm
All
doing
right.
shots.
He's gonna pop. He's gonna pop a shot. Pop a
Uh,
shot.
Pop a shot. No, it's
Uh,
Top Shot. But no, Pop Shot is like an arcade game,
is it
I think.
really? I
Yeah,
thought this is off the dome. I say that now.
that's in my repertoire.
It's. Oh, damn.
Close.
That was really close. That's the closest it's been for a while. Sorry.
I haven't made it in 78
It's
episodes.
crazy how you made two. Like immediately. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is a different setup, it's worth mentioning. This is
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit of a different angle. Yeah, I just got so used to that setup in the 20 episodes I was there that I've
You,
never been able to
you
recover.
were just, it was just so natural. It was so
Yeah.
easy.
Now it's at a weird, yeah, it's a weird little angle here. Maybe,
It's the
yeah.
angle.
Maybe I just gotta switch my form up. I gotta get in the lab. I gotta train for sure.
Dude, go shoot some hoops, man. Some mini hoops, that is. Go pop a shot, man.
I don't like that.
Hey, hey, I just wanted to say thank you for listening, everybody. We really appreciate it. I hope everyone's enjoying Ethical Ball. I'm excited to be a part of this and to release more episodes and also new logo on the way too. We're updating
Oh
the
yeah.
logos. It's coming around, so
Ethical
really,
Ball logo is here to stay, but each show will
yeah,
have its own logo.
really stoked for that. Having fun working on that. So I just want to say
Are
thank you
you?
for thank yes yes yes. I just want to say thank you everyone for listening. Like it, comment, subscribe. You probably already have, and we will catch you next time on Two Man Game with Damon and Dom.
Ethical buckets.